What's up, everyone? It's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be taking a spin at the Ouija board as we make our way into the haunted rock of Duelist Nexus. But before that, if you're a fan of in-depth combo videos and learning about new cards and sets that come out, then haunt those like and subscribe buttons into calling the Ghostbusters so that once you've clicked them, you never have to do it again. And to begin, we're going to start by normal summoning the Altergeist Miluseek, and what this allows for is a more combo-oriented turn 1 where you can actually push through rather than just waiting for your opponent's turn to activate the multi-faker that you search off of Miluseek. But we're going to get our Malwisp, which is the first new card that we'll be covering in today's video, and it reads, if this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one Altergeist monster in your graveyard except Malwisp, special summon it in defense position, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. You can only use each effect of Malwisp once per turn. And the first combo that we have here is going to be the first of two variations, as there is different options that you can take, and some people may choose not to play the second one over its extra deck space, but we're going to summon out the Hextia now, and this combo does rely on you starting with your opening 5 or 6 if you're going second. So even though this Hextia doesn't have a negation right now, you do have more cards in hand, theoretically, to help strengthen your board. Now, for the second iteration of this combo, we'll start by normal summoning the Miluseek again, and we're going to follow the exact same steps, adding our Malwisp, and now we can special summon out the Malwisp so that we can bring back the Miluseek, and instead of going for the Altergeist Hextia this time around, we're going to go directly into the Herald, and this gives us the ability to have a mini floodgate while also having the Omni negation, and then we also have the Link Kuriboh to protect the Herald of the Arclight, presumably. I would like to add that I actually do like the extra deck slot for Herald in Altergeist just because it gives you a more universal option, but I'll get more into that as I get into the deck profile. Now, for the third combo, we have Miluseek plus Puquiri, and this one is a lot crazier than the last two, just because having the ability to get your search immediately with more Altergeist cards that you can access that are on board just allow you to get into some cute extension plays, as Hextia is a card that when sent to the graveyard, or if sent to the graveyard, you can get yourself a search off of that, but then you also have stuff like the Prime Banshee, which can tribute off an extra monster that we happen to get off of the Malwisp that we search off of the Miluseek. So we'll go into our Prime Banshee now, and this will allow us to get the search off of Hextia, as we can quick effect tribute off the Miluseek for the Prime Banshee so that we can special summon out the Faker, and now we'll be able to get ourselves the Marionetter to hand, as we'll then be able to use the Faker and get ourselves our second new card, the Altergeist Penetrator. And this one reads, this card can attack directly. You can only use each effect of Altergeist Penetrator once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can draw one card. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one Altergeist card from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard, except Penetrator. And this is a really decent card in my opinion, just because it allows for some extra things that this deck can do now, at the cost of playing it along with another card. But both cards do help the Altergeist strategy in their own way, which is why I don't necessarily hate them. So we're going to continue here by going into our third new card, the Altergeist Minia, and this is a Link 4 that takes 2+ Altergeist monsters. It reads, if this card is Link summoned, you can set one Altergeist trap directly from your deck, and once per turn while face up on the field, during the main phase quick effect, you can send one card you control to the graveyard, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, take control of that target, and if you do, it is also treated as an Altergeist monster. You can only use each effect of Adminia once per turn, and this is a really good effect because not only is it a quick effect, but it's forever. It becomes an Altergeist monster, which means you can use Protocol for it if you have to, and just little interactions like that, which give the deck some added power. Now, with the effect of the Penetrator and the Prime Banshee, which can get back the Miluseek, with the Chainlink 3 Adminia, we'll be able to get ourselves the Haunted Rock that we can activate automatically, and this is a nice piece to have in the deck just because it allows the deck to play around evenly now. So we're going to get our Miluseek, and then off of the Penetrator, we're going to be able to send our next new card, the Altergeist Revitalization, and it reads, target one Altergeist Link monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Altergeist monster you control. You can only use one Altergeist revitalization effect per turn and only once that turn. And the second effect to banish it and get that extra normal summon is really important, as we do get the search off of the Marionetter in turn, and we can get that normal summon, which allows us to get another set. But it even allows us to continue to extend our plays, as we're now going to activate the Haunted Rock. We're then going to use the effect of the revitalization on a new chain link. Don't do it as the same chain link as the Haunted Rock, because the Altergeist Marionetter is a when effect and you will miss timing. So from here, we're then going to get ourselves the effect of the Marionetter to get our Altergeist manifestation. And now we can use the Marionetter to tribute off the Multi-Faker so that we can get back to Hextia, and we can end our turn on that. For this next combo, I want to show what happens when you draw your 2 new cards. And we're going to start here with the Perinetrator, go straight into our Link Karibo, which will allow us to send the Revitalization off of the Perinetrator so that we can use the Revitalization, get that extra normal summon for the Malwisp. And Malwisp is an if this card is normal or special summon, so we'll be able to go into our Hextia like this, giving us the option to make our Miluseek play, but just with our 2 quote-unquote bricks. Now for the penultimate combo, and yeah, this is kind of a short video, but it is still a trap-heavy deck, and again, I'll talk about that later in the video, as we're going to start here by activating the Marionetter, and we can use the Marionetter in order to get our Haunted Rock, and we can activate the Haunted Rock this turn because we do have the ability to set it with the Altergeist card, which is the Marionetter, but we're now going to get the discard for the Faker so that we can activate the Haunted Rock, and then we're going to use the effect of Faker on our own turn. So again, this is something that lets us play on our own turn while setting up our board, and we're then going to go into our Hextia, as now we can use the effect of the Miluseek in order to get ourselves Malwisp. Malwisp will allow us to get the special summon of itself along with the special summon of Miluseek, as we'll then be able to go into our Prime Banshee, then use the effect of the Hextia. Chainlink 2, we can quick effect Prime Banshee for the Perinetrator, as we'll then be able to get ourselves the Silquitus. And you don't have to get the Silquitus, there are other options that you can get here, and I'll show why, but I'm doing the Silquitus just because it's the most interesting option. So we'll go into our Adminia now, and then we'll be able to get our effects of the Prime Banshee and the Perinetrator as Chainlink 1 and 2, and then the Adminia as Chainlink 3 to get our manifestation, and then we can get back our Miluseek. Then from here, we'll special summon or use the effect of the Perinetrator to send the Revitalization so that we can get the extra normal summon. Now, this gives us the ability to have the Silk Bounce, or you can use the effect of the Marionetter in order to bring back the Hextia if you do get any other Altergeist name rather than Silquitus. But outside of that, when you use the Hextia the first time as link material, you can search yourself something like Protocol if you don't want to get yourself the Silk, because you can just end up using the manifestation to special summon back out the Multi-Faker so that you can get the Silk that way instead. I just wanted to show the options that you have because there were a few of them in the specific combo. For the final combo I'll be showing, and this is just Imperm plus Faker. It could also be evenly plus Faker as long as you go uninterrupted from there, but we're going to use the Faker in order to get the special summon of the Miluseek. We can then go directly into our Hextia. We are locked into Altergeist monsters, but that's completely fine as the new support is all Geist stuff, so we can just use the Malwisp to special summon itself out. We can get back the Multi-Faker, and then we can go into our Prime Banshee, use the effect of the Prime Banshee along with the Hextia, as we'll then be able to get ourselves the Perinetrator along with the add of the Marionetter, and then we'll go into our Adminia, as we'll then be able to use the Perinetrator along with the Prime Banshee in order to get the send and the addition back, as we'll also use the Adminia for the Haunted Rock. And now we can get back the Malwisp, as we'll be able to send the Revitalization, use the Revitalization, normal summon out the Marionetter, as we'll then be able to get the manifestation, use the effect of the Haunted Rocker activated, and then we'll use the effect of the Marionetter to bring back our Hextia, which is something else that you can do after you're done attacking, since the Marionetter is 100 attack higher, but again, it depends on your board, and if you can get an extra summon where the Hextia points to, you can always get more damage advantage like that. With all of the combos out of the way, we can finally get onto the deck profile, and the first things that you'll see here is that I'm not playing the Conquery anymore, and this is something that I used to never cut from Altergeist. I just felt it was one of those cards that you always wanted, but now that we've added a few more one-ofs into the deck, including the Haunted Rock, I think it's time. And I also want to point out that another cheeky one-of that you can play is the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. If you choose to play the Conquery, I ended up going with the 2 Crackdown in those slots instead of the Conquery and the Secret Village, just because the Secret Village is a hope that you get it off Prosperity, and the Conquery can be a brick. While I wanted to maintain the trap-heavy strategy of the deck while making it a little bit more explosive offensively by making your Adminia boards instead of just something like Hextia with an Altergeist monster. Now, I also would like to talk about some of the ratios and choices because I've seen a lot of them, and I think that playing the 3 Faker with the 2 Silk as always is fine. I've seen people play 2 Malwisp, none of the Penetrator. I actually happen to like playing these at 1, 1, and 1, just because they give your deck the ability to have more capabilities offensively, but at the same time, while you do kind of play into Nib, your opponent wouldn't even want to side Nib against you, because there's just going to be other hands where you're playing same old Geist, where you normal summon Marionetter, and you're waiting for your multi-faker to go off. The same thing can be said with normal summon Miluseek, which happens to make Herald of the Arclight by its 5th summon. Outside of that, there's not too much else I have to say. I am kind of sad about cutting the dualities because we are playing a more combo-oriented version or mid-range version of Geist now, but we still have the ability to play the strong floodgates that are legal here in the TCG and at 3, so we just take advantage of it as we have it. Then we have our 1-1-1 Geist ratio. I don't think any of this really needs to change. The 3 spoofing is also nice because it just cycles through your engine. With that, I'll just take you on to the card by card. So we have the 2 Crackdowns, the 2 Protocols, the 3 spoofing, the 1 Manifestation, the 1 Revitalization, the 1 Haunted Rock, the 2 Puquiri, the 1 Penetrator, the 3 Miluseek, the 3 Multi-Faker, the 1 Malwisp, and the 2 Silk, and the 3 Marionetter. I've seen some people also cut this down to 2. I still like it at 3 because you want to be able to get into your traps. You're not always going to have access into your combo Geist plays. And again, I've seen people play this at 3. You play it at 3 if you would like to. I just don't like seeing too much of a mixture of Geist monsters in general because I still want it to be a trap deck overall, because I feel that's when it shines the hardest. When you have the capabilities to go into Adminia and then set 5 along with whatever you set from the Adminia, it just makes your boards that much stronger. So then we have the 3 Imperms, the 3 Evenlies, 3 Rivalries, and the 3 Skill Drain. Round out the main deck. Onto the extra deck, we have the 3 Hextia, the 2 Prime Banshee, the 2 Adminia, the 1 Memory Gant, the 1 Anima, the 1 Link Kuriboh, the Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Access Code Talker, Underworld Goddess, and Herald of the Arclight to round out the deck profile. For everyone who's made it this far into the video, I'd like to thank you for watching and for the 500 plus subs. Truly appreciate your support. We've monetized the channel, giving us access to supers and memberships, which means more awesome stuff is on the horizon. To get the channel membership, just click on the description below, and there will be a link that takes you there. Also notice a free Discord link that I've made for us too. If you want to support me as a content creator, even if you can't donate supers or get a membership for the channel, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons help a lot too. Those wondering, I do plan on making updates to the channel as the support on the channel grows, but anyways, I hope to see you on the next one. It's Bones, signing out.